Hello guys, welcome to episode 40 of the VoiceOFpunk. I'm your host, the VoiceOFpunk. Now, I just finished watching the movie Titanic II. Another movie drawn by the Asylum. And I have to say, this was bad. This was a horrible movie. It was horrendous. But at the same time, I had a blast watching it. Before I go into detail, I'm going to explain a little bit. This movie was horrible. It was poorly made. The CGI in it was completely horrible. The acting was... the acting was so bad. But it all comes down to taste. For me, I love bad movies. I love bad movies because they're just so much fun. They're so much fun to watch, and they're so much fun to make fun of, you know what I mean? And there's a difference between watching a bad movie that's mainstream than watching a bad movie that's an actual bad movie, a B movie that, doesn't have any, hype or anything like that. When you're hyped up for a movie, it turns out to be bad. It's really disappointing. But if you watch a movie and you know it's going to be horrible, you're going to have a lot of fun. But again, it all comes down to taste and what you like. And for me, I love watching these kind of movies. I do. It's just who I am. So anyway, this movie was bad. It was horrible. But god damn it, I had a blast. It was awesome. I know. It was bad, but it was awesome. Okay, so the movie Titanic II was written, directed by, and starred Shane Van Dyke. I haven't seen Shane Van Dyke in a while, actually. Come to think of it, yeah. And in this movie, Shane Van Dyke, he plays the Titanic II's owner, Hayden Wash. And in this movie, Shane Van Dyke looks like a young Brad Pitt. He has his blonde hair, slicked back. He's wearing, he has a squared off jaw. He's wearing big sunglasses. And, what this movie's all about is, it's set in 2012, on the 100th anniversary of the original Titanic sinking. And basically what happens is, Shane Van Dyke's character, Hayden Wash, is the owner of the Titanic II, which is the second Titanic made, and it's going to complete the original Titanic's kind of voyage. Instead of it's in reverse. It's going from New York City straight to England, while the Titanic was going from England or Ireland. Pretty sure it was England, but going from that straight to New York, they're going the other way. And basically what happens, the Titanic II suffers the same fate. But what happens though is kind of different, because while the Titanic II it's on its voyage, a tsunami happens and it pushes the iceberg right into the Titanic II. And bada bing, bada boom, the Titanic II sinks. I have to say, the acting in this movie, like I said before, was horrible. The only good actors in this movie was Shane Van Dyke. He was a really good actor. I loved his character in it. His character, Hayden Wash. He was a young kind of playboy, you know what I mean? The very first time you see him, he comes on the Titanic II in a helicopter. And when he comes out of the helicopter, he has, 4 Playboy models on his arms, and he's like this. Alright, boy, shadow down, boy, shadow down. How's it going? "What's your name, darling? What's an autograph? Here you go." Like, this man's just signing off autographs. He has his sunglasses on. His hair slicked back. He's wearing a nice tux. And when I saw this character, I was like, awesome. I was like, that's the man. And the other character I liked too was the captain of the Coast Guard. His name is Captain Maine, and he was pretty good in it too. And the main character of this movie though is this nurse named Amy. I can't remember who plays her, but God, I hated this character. She was annoying as hell. The actress who played her was horrible. Absolutely horrible. For example, there's this scene where her best friend Kelly, another actress that was horrible, Amy's best friend Kelly gets, like, her body gets crushed by a door. This is her reaction. "Kelly! No!" I'm not even kidding. She's like, "No!" I thought I was watching, like, I don't know, the Office Linebacker commercial. And all that, the woman goes, "No!" I thought I was watching that for a minute. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, like, she was horrible. She was horrible in it. One thing I did like, though, was, like, the, was like when the Titanic II starts to sink, I like the announcer. "Everybody, do not panic. We want everybody to go into the lower deck. Again, do not panic. The ship is taking water. Don't panic." And of course, everyone's panicking, right? If I was the announcer, I would have went like this. "Okay, you bastards, the ship is sinking. We're gonna die. You're gonna die. I'm gonna die. The ship is going down. Get your asses straight to the lower deck and put on your goddamn life coats now." That would have been me. But, and then, like, everyone's panicking. They're like, "Oh my god! Ah, we're all dying! We're all dying! Ah!" Like that. And, like, when I was watching this, if I was an actor in this movie, I would have just gone completely nuts. Like, I would not give a shit at all. I would have, like, grabbed the captain. Because at first the captain is like, "Oh, no. It was Hayden. Hayden was like, "Oh, no, my ship is not taking any water." Like that. If I was the captain, I would have grabbed Hayden and been like this. "Damn it, man! Listen to us! The ship is taking water! Ah! We're all gonna die! Damn it, man! Listen to us! Take your fucking..." I would have gone crazy. I'm not even kidding. I would have gone completely nuts. Like, when I was watching this movie, I was riffing the hell out of it. I was laughing so hard in it. And, like, the part where the iceberg connects with the ship, that was so freaking funny. Hold on. Take my laptop off. It was so freaking funny because what happened was, like, right when the iceberg hits, it reminded me of, like, the older days of Star Trek. You know in Star Trek where they're, the Enterprise would get hit by something and everybody would be like, "Ah!" That's basically what happened in this movie. But how they did it, it was like this. It was like this, I'm not even kidding. The iceberg connects. I'm not even kidding. It was like that, or else like this. Like, everybody was like in a diving lesson. Like, everyone was like in a diving competition or something. It was hilarious. Oh my god, it's But how could it go on after that? Oh my god. Anyway. And then what happened was the Titanic sinks, like the Titanic II obviously sinks. And like I guess they were trying to make Shane Van Dyke's character Hayden. They were trying to make him not a heartless person, and in a way, like at the beginning of the movie, I loved his character, but as the movie went on, he started to remind me more and more of Jack Dawson, the character of Jack Dawson, played by Leonardo DiCaprio. Especially where like him and Amy are running through the lower parts of the ship. It's going this, tip ahead, I know another way. I was like, I'm for sure that line was in the Titanic. James Cameron. You know. And I was expecting like if James Cameron saw this movie, he'd be like this, what the fuck? Calls us Shane Van Dyke, what the fuck? And like this, the CGI in this movie was so bad, but in a way I wasn't surprised because this is Asylum. This is a Asylum film, just like I did, just like I talked about in my Hake a Shark versus Crocosaurus review. This is Asylum. They don't have a big budget, and their CGI's, their bad CGI's kind of their charm. Like, it's not only just the bad movies, it's their bad effects. It's their charm. But at the same time, though, it really, like, when the CGI actually happened in this movie, it was really distracting. Especially with the iceberg, you can tell that was fake. Like, there's this part where, the Coast Guard captain and the scientists are standing on the iceberg. There's, like, snow going on around them and stuff. And it looks so fake. Like, you can tell they're on a soundstage. And it was like just those parts, and like the parts where the iceberg breaks and like waves and stuff, and even parts of the Titanic II going past. It was like the CGI at those parts were so distracting and felt so out of place. Like, it really took you out of the movie, or it took out of the movie at least. Yeah, so this movie was very I don't really have lots more to say. It was a really bad movie. Like, the acting in it was horrible. But again, just because it was a bad movie didn't mean I hate it. Like, yeah, I understand it's bad. It is horrible. It's horrendous. But I guarantee you I'll be watching this movie again. Because this movie was awesome. In a bad way. Like, I like this movie in a way that you can riff it. Like, it's a bad movie that you can riff. You can put your own stuff in it. And that's why I watch a lot of bad movies. Because a lot of bad movies are... that's its charm, and you can watch it. Like, for example, I love the Leprechaun movies. Like, those movies are awesome. Like, my favorite movie out of those is Leprechaun 4 in Space. I watched the hell out of that movie because I love that movie so much. And, the only movie I really hate out of the Leprechaun movies is the last one, Back to the Hood. But that's because that movie was just boring. But like, I'm using those as an example because Titanic 2, it is a bad movie. It is horrible. The acting is bad. The CGI is bad. The story is kind of stupid. But if you like that kind of movie, if you like bad movies, you're going to have a blast with this one. So I do highly recommend it. But I only recommend it to the people who like bad movies, or who just want to enjoy themselves, I would not recommend it to like a mainstream moviegoer. I would just recommend it to the people who enjoy bad movies, who like to make fun of a movie, go ahead and watch it because you'll have a blast with this one. So that's my review of Titanic II. Bad movie, but if you like riff movies, it's the one for you. So that's my review of Titanic 2. Now for this week coming up, because I'm home alone. It's spring break now, and for me, I'm alone. Like, I'm all alone for spring break. My parents are in Vancouver seeing my brother, and so I have the whole house to myself for the whole week, and I'm going to be spending the entire week with my best friend Brett. And for this entire week, I'm going to do a daily vlog. So like from Monday all the way to the next Sunday, I'm going to be doing a daily vlog about me just hanging out with my best friend Brett and showing you guys my spring break. So be on the lookout for that. I will try my best to get my Friday Night Raw review. I'll try my best with it. Like I may get distracted with the vlogs, but I will try my best. So that's in the next coming week. For my Uncle Verdam, well, for Verdam, I don't think there will be one this Saturday. I think there will be one next Saturday. Next Saturday, they will be one, but this Saturday, I don't think there will be. So, that's the update for this week. And that's my review for Titanic 2. And I hope you guys have a fantastic spring break. Those of you who live in Alberta, Canada. I hope you guys have a fantastic spring break. Hope you guys have fun. And I'll be here tomorrow with the start of my daily vlogs and probably my Friday Night Raw review. Bye, guys.